Hey everybody, this is Steve O'Reilly with SkinnyPost.com, and I am luckily joined today with Bryant McKinnie of the Minnesota Vikings. He is a 9-year NFL veteran and an All-Pro, Pro Bowl left tackle. Thanks for joining us today, Bryant. Nice to have you on the website.
Thanks for having me.
All right, well, first thing I want to talk to you about today is there's a nice story that you participated in. There was a young lady named Sierra who went to the, was it her senior prom or her junior prom?
Senior prom.
Okay, senior prom, and basically, I'm going to go ahead and let you tell the story about how this unfolded and the goodness and the things that you did for this young lady.
I was trying to think of something different and creative to do, so I had a couple of talks with some of my friends and what I could do that would be different that you haven't seen on television too much, and I wanted to get somebody who met some of my requirements, were a good student, a positive role model, but was underprivileged, you know what I mean, didn't really have the money to get, the things they needed for prom or whatever. So we put that together and actually put a search out on Twitter. And I got it, and somebody seen it named Samantha, and she hit me back. And then actually me and her met up at Sean Taylor's. They had a softball game for him, and we met there. And then we talked, and she helped me do some research and find somebody that fit the requirements. And then actually at the Alonzo Mourning, he has like something over in Overtown, like the after school program over there. He found a girl named Sierra who fits all those requirements, and actually she's has above a 3.0. She was a positive role model. She came over there to the after school program to help tutor kids, and her mom was in the hospital. She had a heart condition, and her mom. So they basically used the bill money to pay for. I mean, their money basically went to the mom's household bills and the mother's hospital bills. So it left them very little money, to get Sierra the stuff she needed for her prom. So since she was the person that I felt best fit the situation, I went into the school. I went into the Overtown after school program to surprise her. So her mom, her aunt, everybody, her whole family was over there, but she didn't know it. We were all in the back and we were talking. I met them, and they knew about everything the whole time. And then I went in there actually to talk to the class about why having good grades is important, this, that, and the other. But really, my whole intent was to go there to surprise Sierra and let her know, I had been searching for somebody who fit certain requirements, and I ended up choosing her. So sat in there with the class, talked for a little bit, and then ended up coming out telling her. And then she was very surprised. And then what made her even more surprised was when her mom actually came into the room after I surprised her. And, her mom was in the hospital and everything, but she came out to make sure she made it to see that. And Sierra broke down and cried and everything. And I took pictures during the course of the whole event. I took pictures the day when I surprised her, and then I took pictures actually the day of her prom after she got dressed up and everything. I mean, I went with her, when she got her hair, her makeup, and her nails done. We ordered her dress and everything offline, so she already knew. She picked what she wanted, and I ordered, the dress and the shoes and all that for offline, and basically just got everything she needed. She used my car to go to prom. I got the driver in my car to go to prom. So she basically had a good time. I mean, it was like a dream come true for her, but it was a very positive thing, and it made me feel good. And I'm going to tell you, nothing that's funny is she hasn't even had communication with her dad, and her dad reached out to her after seeing it on CBS 4. When he seen when I went to surprise her, then he reached out to her from there, and all through Facebook, and then try to start building a relationship from her. So a lot of things just came out of that one little incident.
Yeah, that's just awesome. I mean, those are the kind of stories that we here at SkinnyPost.com like to promote, and those aren't the type of things you hear every day on, your local or your national news stations and the national media. So, those type of things, I mean, that's just kudos to you for being such an upstanding person, and I know you made a big difference in her life, and that's just awesome. Now let's talk a little football, since I got you here, and I love being able to pick the brain of all-pro type people. Talking a little bit about left tackle, playing along the offensive line. In your opinion, what is the number one thing, I mean, the most important thing to be a left tackle in the NFL?
Most important thing really for a left tackle is pass blocking. You're usually the most athletic, and sometimes the tallest offensive lineman is going to play left tackle because he has long arms and is able to stop defenders. But that's the most important thing, to protect the quarterback's blind side. Just like the movie called Blind Side. That's the purpose of the left tackle, to protect the quarterback's blind side, because majority of NFL quarterbacks are right-handed. So when they step back and throw, their back is to the left tackle.
Now, do you feel that there's one thing that's a little bit more important than another that you work on as far as technique? I mean, is footwork more important than balance? Is strength more important than footwork? Or is there any order there that you work on?
Technique is very important. Just having a good technique and a proper hand placement will help you out a lot. So that's what I've learned. Like, being strong is good, but if your technique is poor and your hands are outside and somebody catches you in the middle of your chest, you're going to get driven back. So technique, positioning yourself is very important. Having great footwork as offensive lineman is definitely important. So I feel like footwork and technique are very important because, like I said, you can overcome somebody's strength if they have poor technique.
Right. What was the biggest thing? I mean, obviously, you went to a big football university, University of Miami. You played the best, the U. But obviously, you know, there's a big difference between college and the NFL. What did you personally experience that was a little bit, not difficult, but what was like, wow, I'm in the NFL now and I have to work on what? What was it?
Well, the difference was you had a lot of people who, you know, were a lot older than you, and they had a lot better technique, slapping your hands down and things like that. Say a lot of guys won't try to run over me. They'll try to slap my hands down and get around me and just do different stuff because they have more experience. So you had to get used to that and start using your hands more and just working your game that way.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's just bigger, stronger, faster, right? I mean, you're facing the best of the best.
And that's every week in and week out. You're facing somebody who's the best at their college or their position, you know what I mean? So It's not like in college, you know, some weeks you won't have somebody. You have somebody in college that was a freshman that just came in sometimes that maybe not quite as good that you can just overpower. But here, everybody's adults by this time. And
Now, as a left tackle, like you say, pass blocking is the most important. But do you prefer to run block? And especially, you know, with Adrian Peterson in the backfield, do you love it when they call run plays where you get to
nowadays I definitely like run blocking a lot more because of having Adrian Peterson in the game, and also because you're able to wear down your opponent. So if you keep running at him, you get the chance to wear him down. That slows down his pass rush. So the more we run, especially at the beginning of the game, by the time it comes fourth quarter, his pass rush isn't as effective. But if you're pass setting a lot, all you're doing is giving your opponent time to run at you, and that's going to wear you down. So you have to kind of balance it out a little bit. And then I just try to take really advantage of the run plays and really try to just wear them down.
Yeah. What now? Heading into 2010, you know, obviously up in Minnesota, all the talk is about Brett Favre and what he's going to do, and Brett Favre's ankle watch and all this and that. How do you guys, as a team, focus on what you need to do and try to put all the Brett Favre talk aside and just, you know, get ready for the season?
We pretty much have an understanding of, you know, what Brett's going to do, or we don't really have to sit and determine, oh, do we think he's coming back? I mean, we're pretty sure he's coming back, and he doesn't have to be here this time of year. He has enough experience where he can jump right in and be successful. So it's going to his 20th season, so you can't ask nobody but so much. You know what I mean? So let him rest up, heal his body, and just get ready for the next season.
Right. I remember seeing him come right off the plane and walk right into practice. You know, he's ready to go.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing. You know, so last year you guys had you know, a little bit a tough ending to your season. So does that leave a taste in your mouth where you're ready to, you know, get back and get to the Super Bowl and get to that final destination and win that ring?
Yep, and I think Roger Goodell did a pretty good thing by starting us off. You know, I think that's going to draw a lot of people to watch the first game of the season. You know, Thursday night, the Saints versus the Vikings. You know, everybody look at it as a rematch or whatever. But I think that's going to draw a big crowd, and I feel like it's going to be a nasty game.
You're ready to go. I could tell you're ready to go. So what were the main differences? I mean, obviously the talent level, you know, and some of the skill positions, guys like Percy Harvin and Adrian Peterson and Brett Favre. But, I mean, you've been on the same team now your whole career. You've seen the ups, you've seen the downs. What are you know, what are the main differences that the fans don't see that you guys see as far as getting better and getting to that destination?
I feel like with last season, I feel like a lot of the team bought into the fact that we could win the Super Bowl, and I feel like everybody stepped their game up. I feel like Brett came in and challenged people to, you know, become better at what they did, especially as far as the offensive line. The offensive line didn't want to be that person that got him injured, you know what I mean, for the season, and a lot of the receivers stepped their game up because they wanted to, you know, show Brett that they're legit at their position. So.
Right. Well, I really want to thank you for taking the time to talk to us today, Bryant. You are a pillar in the NFL. You're a pillar in the community. We love hearing the positive stories and the good things that you do for people all across the country. And thanks for stopping by skinnypost.com. Appreciate it.
Oh, thanks for having me.
More than our pleasure, absolutely. And have a great day. This is skinnypost.com. I'm Steve O'Reilly. That's Bryant McKinnie. We're giving you the skinny 24/7.